Welcome back to Talking Story. My name is John Minton, and we got past the first month of the year, so I have a book haul. I have everything that was sent to me that I used my last gift cards for Christmas and just went crazy. And you can see by the stack here, what are we looking at? A lot. Just a lot. I'm telling you. Every month I go in the same way and think, you know, I'm not gonna bring in a lot. I have so many books stacked up to read. I'm gonna take it easy. I'm telling you, there's a sickness in me, and the only thing that'll cure it is more books. I can't stop myself. I've got to buy more books. I love them. I love buying them. It's such a great time. Let's get right into it with everything we hauled in January. I had some sales on Pango books this month, so you know that's not like I'm really extending myself. I had credit, right? It was credit. So I went ahead and picked up a few things from Pango book. These two by Mark Lawrence, Gray Sister, Holy Sister, books 2 and 3 in the Book of the Ancestor. I have book 1. Now I have all 3 of them. I'm going to get this into rotation pretty quickly now that I have all 3, and probably try and do one a month and go through the Book of the Ancestors trilogy very quickly. Let me know if you've read them and what I'm in store for. I know some booktubers DNF this. Some booktubers love this. So I can't wait to see. Usually when it's a book or a series that's kind of divisive, it means the artist is taking a chance. They're kind of going out there a little bit on the edge, and I kind of really like that. So I really, really wanted to get into this and give it a try. So I got books 2 and 3. Now I'm all set. I also, from Pango Books, picked up book 2 in the Kithmar series by Daniel Abraham, Blade of Dream. I have City of Ashes, and now I'm just waiting for that third book. Probably when that third book comes in, I will get these into rotation and read through all 3 of that trilogy as well. This is the beauty of BookTube. I put a video out not long ago about some of my favorite standalones, and one of those was Middle Game by Sean and McGuire. I just absolutely adored that book. I loved it so much. And then someone hit me up in a comment and said, you know, that's the beginning of a trilogy. It's not a standalone. I had to quickly throw another standalone out there to fix my top 10 list. And I also had to run out and get book 2, the follow-up to Middle Game, Seasonal Fears. I can't wait. And book 3 is supposed to be coming out this year, so I was so excited to learn that there's more story, more with these characters, more with this tale of alchemy that was hidden in this children's book. I absolutely, if you haven't tried Middle Game, I highly, highly recommend it. So book 2 here, I'm waiting for book 3. And I heard about this, I was on Mike's channel, I think for New Year's, and Spencer was on there with us, and he said, hey, have you tried Robert Jackson Bennett's American Elsewhere? If you like Lovecraftian, eldritch kind of horror, no one has done it maybe this good as Robert Jackson Bennett. And it's like, man, you are singing my song, brother. So I went ahead and ordered this. Again, I still had gift cards hanging around from the holidays. So, I mean, this looks like a chunky boy, but I cannot wait to get into this. Sometimes I just absolutely love to kind of get that eldritch, creepy feel going. And if not by Halloween, I'm pretty positive this will be a great spooky read this year. Still blowing out gift cards. I've had several people tell me, have you done the Amber books? The complete books of Amber. I went ahead and ordered this. I know this is all of them in one volume. I know Stephen Colbert has got the rights, and this could possibly soon be a TV show, and Stephen Colbert is a super fan, so I kind of trust him to do it right. But I absolutely wanted to read the books first, and I mean, I want to read, you know, this Roger Zelazny series anyway, because it's kind of foundational from what I hear. So I went ahead and ordered them up. I think this is all 10 volumes. Yeah, all 10 volumes. So maybe I can get this like kind of like a palate cleanser. I think since there's 10 volumes in here, they're not crazy long. Maybe I can kind of just sneak them in here or there. And you guys that follow the channel, you know, we're about to have the Crashing Tower books. You know how much I loved Dungeon Crawler Carl. I had to use some of my gift cards at the end of the year in January to order in book 2. I did the first book, audiobook, and I did really enjoy Jeff Hayes' performance, but my mind wanders, so I absolutely am going to read book 2, and I cannot wait. I'm breakout character of 2023 for me, Grand Champion Princess Donut. I cannot wait to get back to this. Everyone tells me in the comments that it kind of goes a little bit further into the politics of the company that is running the show. And if you have any interest in lit RPG and you have not tried this, it's not only kind of giggle out loud funny, but it's got a little bit more going on, I think, as the series goes on, and I can't wait to explore that. So I can't wait to get back into that. Had to order it right there. God damn it, Donut. Love it. This, Matt, on books. You made me buy this book, brother. This was your book of the year. Just hearing you talk about it, just hearing your eyes light up about it made me want to order this. Petrick also loves this book. I'm hearing it get a lot of love on BookTube right now. I hear that it's just kind of mind-bending and it's going to take you on a ride, and I love that kind of stuff. So this is going to get in rotation very quickly, I think, for me to kind of, I think it's sci-fi and maybe it's fantasy. I don't know. I think it's genre blending. So kind of to maybe get a break from epic fantasy, I might get this in rotation pretty quickly. But Simon Jimenez's The Spear Cuts Through Water, I cannot wait to get into that. Had to order it in. And, you know, Mike, you know, how many books have you made me buy? You're still doing it to me. You're still doing it to me. I had to order this. You're reading it, and it just looked so interesting to me. I think it's 4 novellas in one here, and it's like, I think some gothic, southern gothic horror. Another sweet spot of mine. Absolutely love it. And Michael McDowell, I think, is the person that wrote the screenplay to Beetlejuice and some other stuff with Tim Burton. He's worked with Tim Burton before. This is his prose work. I can't wait to get into it. I can't wait to give it a shot. I think Mike is enjoying it. I think he's just read the first one, but I had to order that in as well. And ever since wrapping up that first trilogy of The First Law, I have been itching to get those standalone books going. I think very quickly I'm going to get these into rotation and try and maybe do, you know, one every couple of months so I can get the 3 standalones done. And then I'm just at that last trilogy. I think it's called Age of Madness, that trilogy at the end, which everyone says is even better than the first one. I'm not sure how that can happen, but I had to order this in. Because I got, you know, I have been away too long. After reading that first trilogy, Joe Abercrombie, the absolute king of voice, of character voice in fantasy. I've been away too long. He makes me laugh. He makes me think. He makes me sometimes grimace. And it's all for the good. So I had to bring that in, and that's going to go in rotation pretty quickly. I have some self-pub stuff here. Let me get to this first. I was going to do this on audio. I ended up not because my mind was wandering so much, so I kind of didn't want to do it with audio. So I absolutely used some of my gift cards to order this in. The Black Tongue Thief by Christopher Buehlman. I did Lesser Dead by Christopher Buehlman for Halloween last year. Great vampire book. I kind of wanted to get more and more into him. Heidi and others leaving me comments saying this is the way to go. I absolutely know there's a prequel coming out this year, so I got to get this read and ready before that prequel comes out. And I'm all in on Christopher Buehlman. It was a great time reading Lesser Dead, so I'm looking forward to that. And these are just some self-pub books that people, not that one, some self-pub books that folks have been so kind to send me to give a read. And these are kind of short, so hopefully I know I have made a commitment to do one self-pub, one indie read a month. And I'm trying to do a new author and then go back to a series that I've already started. Like this month, I'm back with Jacqueline Hagan doing Spider Key of the Riverfall Chronicles. Next month, I'll do an author I've never read before in indie publishing. And then after that, I'll go back to a series that I'm into, probably Dr. Chase's Edan series, because I really want to get back to that. And I'm just going to go back and forth. But these are kind of novella length, and they all, different folks sent these to me, and I think that I can maybe just kind of squeeze these in sometimes and maybe get 2 indie reads a month and for a couple months. So this one is called Wood Run by Hugh Adams. I think this is kind of like a little bit of a creepy vibe I'm getting. So I'm really looking forward to that. I absolutely love horror. So thank you so much for sending that to me. This is Tempest, a novella by Thomas Botia. I hope I'm getting that name right, Thomas. Thank you so much. I really look forward to getting into this sci-fi read. And again, it's kind of a short, I think, if I remember correctly, it's a bit of a YA read, and it's kind of a novella, so I think I should absolutely be able to get through this very quickly and give you some thoughts on that. Thank you so much for sending it. I could squeeze that in. And then the last one I have is Jared Michaud, Bright Star. Again, this looks like a sci-fi read, and again, kind of novella length, so I really think these three, I can maybe up my game and get a couple indie reads in on some of these months with some novellas like this, and then like a full-length, you know, a full-length chunker indie read. So thank you guys so much for sending these to me. I really appreciate it, and I will be working them in absolutely as quickly as possible. As quick as I can, I will get my thoughts out to you. I give you my word. And then had to bring this in. Howling Dark is up for me next month in March, and then after that, I got to keep going on Sun Eater. I got to have the next novella, which is Queen Amid Ashes by Christopher Rocchio. So I'm trying to get as close to being ready for Disquiet Gods in April. I don't think I'm going to quite make it, but hopefully I'll be in the vicinity. I'll be near the vicinity when I take the drive to go meet Christopher Rocchio at his signing. For when that book comes out, and I can't wait to meet him in person and get some signed books. So had to get this novella in, and I put a short out because I was so unbelievably excited to get this in. My first Kickstarter backed book. This is all 3 volumes of Threadlight by Zach Argyle, and wow. This, guys, is absolutely gorgeous. Look at the slipcase. Look at these edges on this. I mean, just beautiful. I mean, that is, I don't know how quickly I'm going to be able to get to this. Again, I do 1 indie read a month. I'm going to get this as soon as I can for when I'm grabbing an all-new author. But, oh, some of the art inside this as well is just stunning. If I can find some real quick for us. Yeah, look at this. I mean, wow. Just gorgeous. So pleased that I backed this Kickstarter. I have not read this series. I hear amazing things about this series in the indie publishing community, and I was just so thrilled that I did decide to back this, and so thrilled that the package is this stunning when it came in. So even before I read this, I think it's going to go on this shelf back here instead of my shelf in waiting where all these other books go, because it's just too pretty not to be up there. And I have saved, for my money, the best for last. This was sent to me by Josh. Josh, I can't tell you how unbelievably touched I was. He sent a letter, and it's like, you know, I'm just going to say, dad, to know that you're clicking this on your TV at home while your kids are hanging out and you're watching, it's like, wow, blew my mind, brother. I cannot thank you enough for kind of going on this reading journey with me and thinking of me to the point where you would send me something that has spoke to you or given you joy or given you pleasure, and you wanted to send this to me. I Am Not a Serial Killer by Dan Wells. This was actually on my wish list because I follow Brandon Sanderson trying to do the Cosmere Catch-Up so closely, and I know Dan Wells is his buddy. I know he's brought Dan Wells in to maybe do some Cosmere books as well. It's kind of like a more of a darker, spookier feel, and I really wanted to see what kind of writer Dan Wells was. And I had heard about this series and I had it on my wish list. So we are on the wavelength, my friend. Like, we're right there. I cannot believe you took the time to send this gift to me. And the personal letter that you included, I was walking on air for like 5 days, man. This touched me in such a way, and this is gonna, I've already got my stack for March, but I give you my word right now, this will be in my April stack to read, because I can't wait to read it, first of all, and second of all, it was just the kindest, most meaningful gesture for me, for you to send it to me. So this will be in my April stack. The first open slot I got, this is going in there, and it's not crazy long, so I can definitely squeeze it in. And I cannot wait to get my thoughts. I cannot wait to talk to you about it, and share our love of this, because I probably will absolutely really dig it. So that is it for me, guys. I mean, what is it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17 books for January. In a month, I told myself I was not going to buy many books. I'm not good at this. I'm not good at this. But I'm real good at buying books, and it makes me very happy. So thanks so much for hanging out with me and checking out what I brought in the month of January. Hey, there's that button right there, that thumbs up. Hit that for me. Helps us do everything around here. And while you're down there nosing around, if you've been here a time or two, maybe this is your first time, I don't know, if you kind of dig what we do here, hit that subscribe button too. It's so easy. It's just a click, just like that. It's so easy. It takes a microsecond, and it just feels right when you do it. I'm telling you, you're gonna feel great. That way we can hang out, we can talk books, and all the cool stuff that all the cool kids are doing over at the cool table in the lunchroom. You know, the one that we can't really get into. It's all happening right here, guys. You hit that button, it all happens right here. Thanks so much for hanging out with me. If you just checked in with me to see the kind of books that are on my list that are coming up for me in the months ahead, and sharing this reading journey with me, I mean, that just tells me that you're book people. And in my book, that makes you the best people. Thank you so much. My name is John Minton, and this has been Talking Story.